quarterbacks left. Bo Nix moves up. A lot of people think Bo Nix looks the best weeks he doesn't play. He moves up. A couple vacant spots, and again, it's not left to right, and CJ keeps his spot. CJ.
He's just barely on there.
Buddy, that was rough. Now, he oddly is one of only 2 quarterbacks in the league that has won a playoff game each of the last 3 years. It's him and Josh Allen. That's the list. That was his first he's played 5 playoff games already. That was his first really awful one. He's had 1 great one, his first one, 1 awful one, 2 decent, and 1 below average. Like, so he doesn't have a track record of awful playoff games, but that was an awful playoff game.
That was alarming.
And that was one of the reason, I say I'm not a quarterback wins guy is I give CJ Stroud almost 0 credit for that win. Like, that was a win despite his performance. But
I wonder if he didn't play, if they didn't put the offense on the field, the score would have been 14 to.
I don't know. Steelers might not have scored. Steelers might have scored less. Whatever it is. But because they won, it's a footnote. And if he plays well next round, nobody will care. Nobody will remember. It won't matter at all. And Bo Nix, 14-3, can prove everybody wrong. Play a good. You don't have to play great, but play a good game this weekend at home off the bye. Next row. I can't move Drake May off that game.
Fair.
I think that's totally fair. Now, to be fair, he did make some excellent plays in the second half. But I can't simply say it was just first half jitters, because in the second half, in the midst of those excellent plays, when the Patriots were up 13 and the game was a wrap unless they turn it over, he fumbled again.
Yep.
And when all he had to do at that point was just make sure you don't fumble, and that was this close to scoop score, who knows. With that said, I am optimistic about how he will perform, defense who he's facing notwithstanding, this week, because I do feel like he got kind of the jitters out of the system. Brock Purdy, this second pick was grisly, but man, I thought he was a gamer against a very difficult Eagles defense. I'm not going to ding him too much for the nicest pass a Niner threw being his wide receiver, because I thought the touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey was great. I thought some of his escapability was excellent. I was impressed by Purdy. And Darnold moves up, didn't play, gets the weekend off. Good for him.
No picks.
No picks, yeah, that's right. Next row. Stafford dinged just a tiny bit. I like the game-winning touchdown pass, don't get me wrong. But that was a shaky performance up to and including late in the game when Puka kind of saved everybody. But again, it's a footnote if they win this week. Even if they don't win this week, it's not like it's a big indictment on his career or anything. But no one will remember a somewhat shaky performance in a win if the Rams keep going. Go ahead.
Quickly, you know what I was thinking watching him? It was like, man, if he wins the MVP and they lose, because it looked like they might lose, this is just almost Dirk Nowitzki in 2008, right?
In 08.
But then Drake played, and it was like, okay, neither one of them had great games. They both had okay games, so it wouldn't really shouldn't.
And the real MVP played an amazing game.
Did you just think Stafford was hurt?
I didn't.
No, I
did.
They did some finger graphic,
when he threw and hit his finger. I did not think he was hurt.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, which is the pre and post hitting his
nuts. He
because he threw some good passes after that, and then
By the way, you guys know I'm not one to give credit to other people's takes, but colleague of ours, Barstool Big Cat, take of the month.
Take of the month.
Wow.
He said if he ran an NFL team, he'd make all his offensive linemen wear Guardian caps to prevent that Stafford injury. Take of the month.
Excellent.
All your offensive linemen wear the Guardian caps?
Josh
did the same thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's a great take.
Did you guys watch the game? He didn't hit someone's helmet. He literally hit another player's forearm. Can we stop with that? Josh Allen actually slammed his hand on someone's helmet, got his neck and head crushed, and got his knee crushed. Can we stop? Can we stop? Stafford just cut his fingernail a little too short.
Perfect
Now,
take.
the Panthers
That's a
couldn't
good
do it
take.
because then Bryce really couldn't.
Okay.
But for the Raiders.
Well, it does. It'd be a little higher.
But for a guy like
Also, sometimes you bounce it off the helmet, it goes straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
Take of the month
That
right
is a
now.
good
The reigning
take.
take of the
Shout
month.
out Big Cat,
out,
take of the
Big
month.
Cat.
Everyone's
That's
gunning
a
for
great
that take, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Take of the month. You got to come up with
all right,
something better.
Caleb.
Great take.
Speaking of Chicagoans, listen, we haven't quite ever seen a quarterback like this. We've seen quarterbacks be unbelievable late. Very rarely are quarterbacks just really bad early. And then some of the best play we've ever seen late. That's who he is.
Bo Nix.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is not spectacular late.
just saying.
No, listen, he is.
Kinda.
I would say
It's not as dynamic.
it's not
but
as
he gets it
dynamic,
done.
and it's
I
not. But
agree.
he has been.
That.
Again, not to the same degree. Daniel Jones gone. You want to be the Bo Nix guy? That corner's open, buddy. You go ahead and take it. And atop the mountain, Josh Allen. Last 6 playoff games, 16 touchdowns, no picks, 105 rating. I thought he played close to mistake-free.
Yeah.
As close as someone can come in a 35 pass attempt, heavy usage game, mistake-free. Josh Allen top the mountain.
Okay.
And
it's really funny because like I had said earlier, because they were like, oh, Stafford if he wins the MVP, but then like look how he performed against the Panthers, but if Drake May wins the MVP, look how he performed against the Chargers, and then the real MVP, the real best quarterback in the NFL, Josh Allen. How did he perform on the road? Oh, that's right. Flawlessly having to do everything for his team. I mean, also the disrespect of Bod Nix. Like, this is where this mountain is so confusing, because no one quite understands how this operates now. Like, no. Like, truly nobody. Like, is it just what we've seen, the other day? Like, is that all this is based on right now? Like, I don't really know, honestly, at this point, because Sam Darnold didn't play, but he's above Bo and above CJ. Like, I don't know, and there's no real good explanation. So it's really hard, and we're not really factoring in the regular season at this point, or we still are. But like we're doing it all together. Like, I don't, because then why would Drake May drop that low? He wouldn't. You know what I mean? So what are you supposed to do here? Honestly, I really don't. I mean, because if we're doing a longer track record, well, then Brock Purdy deserves to be ahead of Caleb, because he actually went again. He went to a Super Bowl. He's been in multiple playoff runs. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation. And honestly, I think at this point, Drake May, Bo Nix, and Caleb Williams, they should just all be on the same platform at that point, because they all each had one playoff game. And honestly, you could make the argument that actually Bo Nix played better than both of them start to finish. Caleb obviously had the highlights. Absolutely. And he got the win and all that fun stuff. People are still kind of confused how Bo Nix's game went against the Buffalo Bills last year. He was awesome. He was great. He did everything he could do to put his team even remotely the position to win. He was not the problem. And he put them in a position to be tied or even have the lead at halftime. But drop passes, missed kicks, couldn't do it. He had a Josh Allen game where he was doing everything he could, but the team around him wasn't good enough. And he was just going up against a better team. Now, I don't even think Caleb played terrible. Like, they were talking about how Caleb, really didn't play good in that first half at all. And it's like, I don't really think that Caleb was bad. He wasn't great by no means. And the interception wasn't his fault. At first glance, you think he just made a bad decision, and you realize the receiver ran the wrong route. So it's like, I don't think Caleb was terrible. So I don't think Caleb was just I don't think, oh my gosh, he's missing throws left and right. He's overwhelmed. He's holding on to the ball. I don't think that's how that game necessarily unfolded. And Stafford, make no mistake about it, he was losing the game for his team. He lost the game for his team if it wasn't for Puka Nuba saving the day. They literally lose. And did you hear everyone else? You hear Greg go, yeah, he wouldn't play good. Greg Jennings is not hating Matthew Stafford. That's for sure. Nick Ray is not hating Matthew Stafford. He moved him down. He was trying to make the argument that Stafford's the MVP and all this type of stuff. And yet he was like, he did not play good. He's got to move down and all that. It's interesting. Interesting. Are you guys all going to call Nick Ray a hater for Stafford now? I didn't think so. Yeah. And then again, you know, Brock Purdy's game, it's interesting as well because I think Brock Purdy played really good that game, and he impressed me in a lot of key moments, but he did have 2 absolutely awful interceptions as well. And if the Eagles were just 5% more competent, they lose the game. And in order to even score a touchdown, they needed a trick play, Jawan Jennings. And that was not the best play. They keep trying to act like that was the best throw of the game. That's blatant disrespect on Brocky. Brock Brady made a handful of beautiful throws. Beautiful throws. Try Jennings through to a wide open Chris McCaffrey who made an unbelievable catch. It was a way better catch than a throw, that's for sure. And the other thing is Boone Nix. You hear this? Bon Nix has to apparently beat the Buffalo Bills to prove everyone wrong. That's what he has to do to prove his worth. He has to beat the Buffalo Bills. Yet Trevor Lawrence didn't have to do that. Trevor Lawrence lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He turned the ball over twice. He slipped. But that wasn't evidence or proof that he isn't as good or as great as someone like Nick believes him to be the prince. But for Bone Nix, he has to apparently take down Josh Allen to prove his worth. No, I don't think so. In what world? In what universe? How does that make sense? It does not. Now, Bo Nix's first 2 playoff games back-to-back have to go up against Josh Allen, the greatest playoff quarterback of all time. The greatest playoff quarterback of all time. Drake May got to go up against a collapsing Chargers team that was decimated with injuries with, according to Nick, Justin Herbert, who just can't handle the moment going up. Caleb got to go up against the Green Bay Packers, who were decimated with injuries, and Bo Nix now has to face Josh Allen. Top of the mountain, Josh Allen, the best playoff quarterback of all time, leads the NFL in rushing yards, will surpass Jalen Hurts in rushing touchdowns in the playoffs, most total yards per game in the playoffs. Best touchdown to interception ratio of all time in the playoffs. That's all just Bo Nix has to do to prove his worth. Beat one of the best quarterbacks of all time, the most talented quarterback of all time. That's all Bo Nix has to do. That's all he has to do. Easy, no worries, simple. And I'm going to be making a separate video about ZJ's job because they're not talking about the Houston Texans. So if you're a huge Texans fan, I'm going to make a separate video about the Texans because nobody's been talking about the Houston Texans. And it's crazy. It's insane to me. They won a playoff game. They're one of the only teams left in the NFL right now. The Texans are proving to be more competent than the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys, the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, it's a separate take, and I'm gonna discuss it. So be on the lookout for that. But it's driving me crazy how the pretending like the Texans aren't winning games right now. It's driving me crazy. And Sam Darnold, there's nothing to talk about Sam Darnold because he didn't play, and what's there to say right now? And Nick didn't even say anything about him. So it's like, what am I going? Sam Darnold needs to move up. Like I don't know, you know, like he hasn't played, so like I don't know. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about? It's weird that it's called Mahomes Mountain. Mahomes not even there. He's not even playing right now. So it's kind of bizarre. But what do you guys think about Allen's Alpine, the true MVP, the true GOAT, truly him, truly Superman? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.